What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at another game review. However, this time we are taking a look at Fortnite Season 2 of OG, and I'm gonna be honest, I am kind of glad that season's over, and realistically, I am not a OG player. I don't play the OG game mode. I started playing in Season 3 of Chapter 1, so I've never really seen, Season 2 of OG Fortnite, so this is my kind of first experience with it, and it didn't really spark my interest. It definitely was an upgrade to Season 1 of OG, but it didn't really leave an impact, and it wasn't the main game mode that I was playing. The main game mode that I was playing was definitely Chapter 6, Season 1 and 2, compared to OG. It just didn't hit the same, and it was just lacking in pretty much everything. The battle pass was really mid, with Cuddle Team Leader, yet another variation. I'm pretty sure there's easily more than 15 variations of Cuddle Team Leader in the game right now, very similar to Peely and Fish Stick. I do believe they're all within the 15 different variations area. And we then also got another night skin. Now I know that one was coming, that one was obvious. Still not a huge fan of it. We've had so many night remakes in the battle pass and in the item shop that it's just not here. I'm not here for it. I don't really care for it. I don't really want it. It's kind of the same. It was kind of expected though, because this was a night season. And the best skin of them all was that Sparkle Diva, and still, it may be the best one out of these three, but it's not the best one that's out there. It's still kind of mid, and I did talk about it a little bit in my Battle Pass look-through for OG Season 2. The maps was a pretty big upgrade from Season 1 of OG, where it did add a whole new 5 new locations, which one of them is the main one to go to, which is Tilted Towers. Junk Junction, Haunted Hills, Snobby Shore, and Shifty Shafts didn't really add much, I'm gonna be honest. No one really cared for them. Everybody was going in for Tilted, everybody wanted some towers. No one really gave a shit about the other 4 locations. Gonna be honest, Snobby isn't my favorite location. It's always such a big run to get to zone, and Shifty, I never really liked that place either. It's constantly a maze, and you might as well just go to Tilted. It's literally just next door. And Junk Junction and Haunted Hills, I think, are underrated. I think they're quite goated locations. I like their little gimmicky things. It's something different, something out there, something that's not that we get to see with the other locations, because it's either a woodland area or a suburban area. So getting these two is quite cool. It's something different. It's something that we haven't seen before, but something that we haven't had on the map for a while, and it's just something different and makes it more unique. Very similar to the Chapter 5 complaints, how all the locations felt very the same. Same here, I did complain, all the buildings are pretty much identical in all of these locations, so getting something a little bit different than a suburban area is really cool. The weapons that were added, again, pretty lackluster, nothing too exciting, nothing too noteworthy, other than the Zapatron, which got a special weekend dedicated to it, and that was a highly anticipated weapon. It was only in the game for 2 hours, and you could only get it from supply drops. However, for that weekend, I think the Zapatron was too easy to find. You could get it from ground loot, you could get it from chests, you could get it from supply drops. It wasn't limited to supply drops like it was back in the day, for that limited half an hour to 2 hours that it was out, and it was pretty good. I did win with it. I did a challenge video and I won with it, so you can go check that out on the channel. And it was decent, but it wasn't enough to make me stick around for Fortnite OG. I played the Zapatron for a bit, and then I went back to playing Chapter 6, because I felt like Chapter 6 had more to offer and was a lot more interesting compared to OG. Plus, playing on this map countless times before with that OG reload, and playing from Season 3 to Season X, I've seen this map a bunch. It's alright, it's nostalgic, but that nostalgia is kind of gone now. I don't really care for it. I'm just playing it to do these videos on these new items and these new locations, and then I'm going off and not playing it again. It's not a game mode that really keeps me like engaged or keeps me going, especially because these games last the longest. These games take so fucking long, like compared to a normal battle royale match, which can finish within 15 to 20 minutes, these take so fucking long. They take up to half an hour at a time sometimes, because the start game is so quick. Like, people go from 100 players to like 50 players within like the first 2 zones, and then you spend the rest of the game, you probably won't see anybody, and then you'll get down to the final 5 and you'll all be sat in your towers, all be sat in your little bases, and it'll get to where the storm fully closes. I've had that like storm fully close finish countless fucking times. It is unbelievable how long these games can actually be dragged out for, and people, I don't know why they do this, but it's so different from normal Battle Royale. They will sit in their towers and they'll sit in their bases, and they won't fight each other. Like, they won't push, they won't be aggressive compared to other, like, game modes. And there is minis in this game mode, so you can still have your health items, and health items had been increased, so they were easier to find. I did challenge videos on every single health item that there was in Fortnite OG, so, you know, they are quite readily available. So I don't understand why we're still camping in houses and why we wasn't pushing, or going for those more aggressive fights like you would normally do in Chapter 6 and Chapter 5. I still think they broke the grass, and everyone complained about it. I didn't really care, and I didn't really notice. The grass was apparently the Chapter 5 grass, and it was different from the Chapter, 1 grass. I didn't fucking notice, I'm gonna be honest, and I think they fixed it now. I really couldn't tell you. The Battle Pass, again, was rather mid for this little season. However, I'm glad that we are moving on to Season 3. I'm glad that this one is finally over, because I wasn't really interested. I'm gonna be honest, it didn't capture my attention. The Battle Pass was really easy to finish, and because I could level up the OG Pass from playing normal Fortnite, I didn't have to worry about playing OG Fortnite to get all the rewards. If I had to play OG Fortnite to get these rewards, then I would have been slightly annoyed, to be fair, but it does make sense, but I'm kind of happy with how the system is. I don't know, if Fortnite does want people to play OG mode, I think that is the change that they would have to make to bring people back. And people do come back every time that there's a new weapon, like every 2 weeks for Fortnite Season 2, they did give us like a new item, like a new weapon, and they did market it wrong, because the minigun was in the game for quite a while, but when they tried to market the minigun in the game, they actually added in the crossbow, so there is still a little bit of error here, a little bit of confusion going around with this game mode, and I don't think it was planned too well for Season 2, but I can just hope that it gets better, and the seasons do get better with time anyway, with like peak Fortnite being Season 4, 5 and 6, so I'm very excited to see what happens when those skins and those passes come out. But you know what, we're going into Season 3 now, so I'll be doing a load of videos on the new items, new locations, and new gimmicks that Season 3 has brought in. So other than that, let me know what you think of the season, if you enjoyed Season 2. Personally, I still think it's quite mid, so I'm going to give it a solid 5 out of 10. I don't think it lives up to some of the other seasons that we have had, and it just didn't keep my attention and couldn't keep me playing, so it's definitely a mid one.